Heather with GetFitGoFigure.com. Today I'm here with Laura Heilman, Bikini Pro, and Marie Brendan. We'll be going through natural bikini posing routines. So we'll start first with the front pose. You're going to step with your feet about shoulder width apart. You're going to pick a hip that you want to lean towards. Okay, so you're going to put your weight on one leg or the other, whichever is most comfortable for you. It does not matter. As you can see, these ladies pose on different hips. Okay, you're going to push your weight as far over as you can. I want you to lift your chest up as far as you can, and I'm not going to have you flex your abs. What happens when you flex your abs is that it brings your upper body down and forward, and we do not want that. We want you to be lifted, and we want your shoulders nice and square. Okay, so chest is lifted, your weight is to one side. Now with your hands, you're going to place your hand on your hip. What you're going to do with your hand is curl your fingers under, almost make a fist with your thumb out. Okay, and you're going to hook your thumb on your hip. With this arm, you'll have it out to your side. I prefer that your elbow is down as opposed to out. This is very figure-ish. So you can get away with an arm like this, but I prefer this for bikini posing as it looks more feminine and graceful. When we talk about your shoulders, we want your shoulders nice and level and square. We don't want to have cockeyed shoulders. Okay, what we're looking for is the X factor, or that hourglass figure. So we want nice square shoulders up top. We want to make our waist look as tiny as possible, and then we want to accentuate our glutes and our legs. Okay. As far as the placement for the hand on your hip, it can be up higher under your sports bra or bikini, or it can be down lower on your hip. What you don't want to do is have it cover up your physique in any way. We want to be able to accentuate this line from your shoulders, lats, tiny waist, and then your glutes here. Okay? Having your arm up a little bit higher sometimes helps bring the eye up to create a little bit larger upper body. Chest is up, we're not flexing our abs, and we're really pushing our weight onto the hip that we choose to pose on. To transition out of this, I like to have beginners go in steps, and you can take your time on stage in transitions as we're never in a hurry, okay? So the first thing I like to do is have ladies drop their hands, and we're always going to turn to the right. Then you're going to step in, and it does not matter which foot you bring in, okay? You could bring in this foot as well. Okay? Hands down, feet together. I don't want you with feet apart. You're going to have your feet together. And you're going to step with your left foot because we will always be turning to the right. Make a small step. You don't want to make a large step. It can throw you off balance, and we want to stay nice and tall. So quarter turn, please. You can take that small step. In this position, we're going to briefly pause here. Shoulders are nice and square. We're pushing our weight onto this left leg. And then we're going to twist back around, keeping our lower half facing side stage and our upper half towards the judges. So now we're in the side pose. Front leg is bent. We're still lifting in our chest. Lower back is arched as hard as possible. Feet are together. Front leg is bent. So when you're twisting, this twist helps your waist look smaller. And we're still looking at that X factor in all poses. So we're looking at wide shoulders, tiny waist, and we want to accentuate our glutes. What I want to see is level shoulders. The back hand is always on your hip. This can be in various spots on your side, as we talked about with the front pose. And I want to see a window between your body and your arm. This helps create that illusion that your waist is smaller. Chest is lifted, you're not flexing your abs, and you're accentuating your glute by keeping this hip up. This back leg is straight. This arm has your elbow down. Again, this won't hurt you, but it doesn't look as graceful, and this is much more figure-like. So arm down. Okay, you're arching your lower back as hard as possible. To transition to the back pose, we're going to wait for the judges to finish their directions. So they're going to say, quarter turn, please. We're going to drop our hands. We're going to take a small step, turn to the back. You can move your hair. And then you'll step, shoulder width apart. You're going to pick a side, as these ladies did, to shift their weight to. One hand will be on your hip, and the other hand will be out to your side, much like the front pose. The difference in this pose is that your hand, and I'm going to do the back pose so you can see me from the front, your hand will not be hooked around your side. It's going to be flat on your hip. Okay, and you can, again, find various spots to place that hand. So you really want to push your glute out on the hip that you are cocking your side to. Chest is up. You do not want to lean forward. So from the side, the back pose looks like this. Chest is up, lower back is arched back. You will not be leaning forward. Okay, the judges' heads are down, the top of the judges' heads are down at stage level, and they're looking up at you, so keep that in mind. This is a no, this is a yes. When we're looking at the shoulders, again, we're looking at X factor here. So we want shoulders to be popped up, nice and level. We want to be able to see some lats, tiny waist, glutes, and legs. Okay? We do not want our shoulders to be rolled forward as it loses our shape, so they've got to be popped up and back. To transition out of this, we're going to wait until the directions are done. They're going to say quarter turn please, and we'll quarter turn to the right. So first thing we're going to do is drop our hands, step in, feet together, very nice, and then take that small step with your left foot. You're going to bring your shoulders all the way around. Lower half is toward side stage. Back hand on your hip, your other front arm at your side. Again, you're twisting hard, chest is lifted, shoulders are nice and level. You want to keep this hip popped up so you can really accentuate this glute. Lower back is arched hard. Front leg is bent slightly. Feet together. To transition to the front pose, the judges will say quarter turn please. We're going to drop our hands. We're going to shift our weight to our left leg. Yep. And we're going to take a small step to the front, feet together. And shift into your front pose. Next thing I'd like to talk about is angling in towards the judges if there's a very long line of girls. So if your class is very large, you might be on one end of the stage or another, and you have to remember that the judges will be more in the center, and all of the poses we talk about are meant to be seen from the front or head on, okay? They don't look very good from angles. So right now you can see our front pose from the front. Now, if they were on either side of the stage, they would have to angle in towards the judges. Okay, so Marie, angle in this way, yep. Laura will angle in as if they were on either side of that stage. That's very important to remember. Now I'd like to talk about some things that you shouldn't do on stage. Okay, one of them is to be shifting around a lot. This gets very distracting for the judges and takes away from your physique. You know, girls will do this, and now it's very hard to judge them. Yep, exactly. Another mistake that we want to avoid making is in our back pose. So ladies, let's transition to our back. Is pinching your shoulders back. So when you pinch your shoulders back or together, you lose your shape. So you want to keep your shoulders nice and level and back as wide as possible. Yep, very nice. Another mistake is leaning too far forward. Okay, the judges' heads are going to be down here. So when you lean too far forward, you lose your physique as well. So you've got to keep your chest up, lower back arched hard as possible, and you're really pushing your weight onto the leg that you're on the side that you're leaning. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is losing your butt. Okay, we always want to keep our lower back arched and our booty back and popped up. And what can happen in transitions is people push their pelvis forward, and this is unattractive for one, and it doesn't help with glute and hamstring action, okay? So these ladies will demonstrate this particular mistake. Ladies, quarter turn, please. Yep, flat butts, it's no good. All right, now let's do that transition the correct way with those booties popped. Quarter turn, please. Very nice. Quarter turn, please. Very nice. Notice how these ladies are not rushing and they're taking their time. Shoulders are nice and level. They're twisting hard. Booty is popped. Legs are together, or feet are together. Quarter turn, please. Yep, very nice. And while you're standing on stage, it's a good idea to check yourself where you are. That your chest is lifted, your lower back is arched very hard, you got your shoulders nice and level and they're popped up, you're not leaning too far forward. Quarter turn, please. Very nice. Quarter turn, please. So the next thing I'm going to ask these ladies to do is to walk to the back curtain and back to the front. Always make sure that you listen to the judge's directions and move when they are completely finished, as the directions could be different every time. All right, ladies, I'm going to have you walk to the back curtain and stop in a back pose. They're going to take their time and they're going to walk at their pace. Every girl's going to have a different pace. You want your walk to be confident and comfortable and have some sass. Very nice. All right, ladies, I'm going to have you quarter turn and walk to the front line, please. And everyone will have a different walk and their own flair. You've got to find what works best for you so that you're most comfortable and confident. All right, ladies, please walk to the back curtain, turn, and come back to the front line. Thank you, ladies. You may exit the stage.